Good evening and welcome to Marine's first game in the Liverpool Senior Cup, second round. Tonight, Marine will take on Pilkington at the Marine Travel Arena. And tonight I'm joined by Adam Tiffin. Adam, brilliant win on the weekend. How do you think we'll see things go tonight?
Yeah, I think it'll be quite a different game to the weekend. Obviously, quite a different opposition. Also, quite a different squad put out by us. It'll be interesting to actually see how we set off tonight with the many changes that have been made. But I think we've got to back the Mariners in this game, looking at the face of it.
So here come the two teams. I'll read you out. Marine's team right here is in goal, Bailey Passon. Number 2 will be Lucas Weir. 3, Sean Smith. 4, James Barragan. 5, the captain this evening, Luke Clark. 6, Johnny Spittle. 7, Hayden Campbell. 8, Callum Harris. 9, Mo Toure. 10, Sol Solomon. And number 11 is Andy Scaresbury. Marine subs tonight is number 12, Alex Doyle. 13, Jemana Mendes. 14, Ben Jones. 15, Astafi Shamari. And number 16 is Tyler Acker Wheatcroft. Pilkington this evening in a full green kit. Have in goal Jake Hilton. 2 is Chris Cottingham. 3, Callum Preston. 4, Marcus Giglio. 5, Gary Kenny. 6, Louis Sharp. 7, Nathan Moore. 8 is the captain, Adam Gilchrist. 9, Callum Laird. 10 is Chris Lomax. And 11 is Babito Gomez. Substitutes for Pilkington is number 12, Conor Gallagher. 17, Ryan Platt. 14, Liam Payton. 15, Jordan Dainty. And 16 is Carl Lonesborough. Marine on the back of that 1-0 win on Saturday in the Isuzu FA Trophy against Scarborough Athletic. Hoping for their 4th win on the bounce, 4th clean sheet on the bounce. After 5-0 league win against Liversedge and a 2-0 away victory at Morpeth Town. Would be a good chance for Neil Young to spread his squad out and give everyone a run out. Obviously with a few injuries, not everyone's been able to get a rotation in the team. Obviously with a few changes to the lineup, Adam, how do you think Marine will set up this evening?
I think you'll probably see one of the more traditional, Casey can play a lot of places on the pitch. I wouldn't be surprised to see him or Sean Smith line up in defence. But what we can see here as the team's set up looks like Lucas Weir maybe at left back with Luke Clark in between him and Jonathan Spittle and Sean Smith over on the right. So yeah, definitely a change of system and change of personnel, which we should learn from Saturday. Cup ties don't always pan out how you think they will do, so it'll be an exciting game.
They mentioned that definitely a change up to the system. Does look like Lucas Weir might be starting in that left back role, so we'll see how he gets on after the back of a pretty impressive performance by himself on Saturday. And we have kick-off by the referee, and Pilkington get us underway here. The ball at Gary Kenny's feet. He sends it wide to Cottingham. Under the pressure of Solomon. This pass is picked up, but Callum Laird's pull back is out of play for Marine throw-in. And that will be taken by Lucas Weir into the feet of Scaresbury. Scaresbury's pass has been intercepted now, and here's Gilchrist. Pilkington trying to drive forward, but it's shepherded out in the end by Luke Clark. And Marine have a goal kick. So Marine playing in a traditional white shirt, black shorts and socks. Pilkington, as I mentioned, the full green kit this evening. Passing goal kick forward. One in there by Giglio. Brought down by Campbell is Toure. And Toure is clumsily brought to the ground by Giglio. And Marine have a free kick in a promising area, just halfway inside Pilkington's half. Mo Toure earning his first start of the season. Had a battle with injuries to his ankle, in and out side, and after that brilliant winner on Saturday, he's winning his name in the team sheet for this evening. And Solomon takes a free kick short now, and referee just halting proceedings. Not fond of the short free kick there, but Solomon will put this one in instead of the short option this time. But it's Lucas Weir instead who lofts the ball in, and Spittle with a header, and it's onto the roof of the net. It looked like a little deflection on the header when Spittle rose for it, but the referee is pointing for a goal kick. And Jake Hilton put the ball down. There's a good opportunity early on there for Johnny Spittle. He scored his first goal for Marine in their last league game here at home to Liversedge. Pilkington now with the ball, and it's intercepted, and here's Callum Harris driving forward. He's back in the starting 11 this evening. Another one who's been battling in and out the side with injuries, and he's on the ball now into Campbell. Campbell to Torre, back to Campbell. The pass is intercepted well by Giglio, and Pilkington will come forward now with Nathan Moore. Moore plays it inside, and the ball finds its way to Callum Preston. Now Giglio lofts one forward, and Spittle reads it well and kicks it back towards Pilkington. It's half, and ball's headed out by Giglio for Marine throw-in. And Sean Smith, in a less familiar role, at the right back this evening, gives it to Harris, who does well, and the ball back to Johnny Spittle now. Spittle not played alongside his usual centre-back partner of Josh Wardle, who's played every minute so far this season until tonight. Certainly earning a deserved rest. As Passon knocks this one forward to the head of Preston. And the ball now with Savings Marine captain Luke Clark. Ball out to Lucas Weir, with space to come forward. Weir still got the ball. Tries to play it to Scaresbrook in the middle of the pitch, but it's cut out, but Marine win it back with Barragan. Weir again. It's forced back to Luke Clark. And Clark switches the play out to Spittle. Smith now. Back to Harris, who's dropping some deep areas for Marine, and plays it back to Smith on the wing. Harris again. And now Campbell looking for the man in the box. It's a lovely switch play by Campbell out to Weir on that far side. Can he keep it in? Just about can. Weir scares for it now. Plays it to Barragan. Barragan with a bit of time to put in the cross, and he does put in the cross, and it's Campbell coming in at the back post, but it's palmed away by Jake Hilton. Possibly could have caught it, Hilton, but opted for the punch, and under a bit of pressure now clears it forward. Nicely taken down by Smith. Smith gets past this man, and he's taking on Gomez. Campbell now coming forward. Scaresbrook. Toure taking on Moore. Still Toure. Comes inside. And the ball's played out to Weir. Weir puts a first time cross in, and it's missed by Campbell, and a shot by Smith is collected by Campbell, and a couple of deflections on the way. Means Marine have their first corner of the evening.
Yeah, I think Lucas Weir's had a really good start to the game. In an unusual position for him, getting forward well, and Sean Smith, to be fair to him, both getting down the line, putting in some nice crosses, and I think it's also been a good start from Hayden Campbell. It's his first proper minutes since he, I think, a few injuries recently. So good start for him. And, yeah, I think Marine should look to sort of set the tempo and play at their pace this game.
Lucas Weir goes short with the corner to Clark. Clark first time back into Weir, whose low cross is blocked, and Pilkington look for a counter attack here. Forward ball by Laird is a poor one, and the ball runs all the way to goalkeeper Bailey Passon. Just over 5 minutes gone here at the Marine Travel Arenas. Marine 0, Pilkington 0 in the Liverpool Senior Cup second round. As Scaresbrook intercepts the pass here, and he's coming forward and plays into Solomon. Solomon turns well, and it's forced back to Barragan. Smith finds Callum Harris, who's also returned to the Marine team this evening. after a spell on the sidelines. Toure looks for a turn. He's got Giglio on his back. He finds Callum Harris. Marine controlling the opening to the proceedings here. It's Barragan. Now switch of play to Weir. Weir to Scaresbrick, who's looking to drive forward. Scaresbrick, the touch just a little too heavy. And the ball's cleared back to Spittle. Marine still with the possession. And there's Solomon. Toure looking for the pass, and he's looked for the ball of Hayden Campbell, who's making a run in behind. But he's collected by Jake Hilton. Hayden Campbell back in the starting 11, another one on the starting team sheet. Marine's top goal scorer with 10 in all competitions so far this season. Certainly be looking to add to his tally. There's Toure now with a ball over the top from Barragan, but it's defended well by Pilkington and cleared by Hilton. And Lucas Weir with the header from the kick, but I think that might be Callum Laird adjudged offside. Marine get things back underway quickly with Johnny Spittle. Spittle out wide to Weir, who's not in a familiar role, but he's certainly getting on the ball a lot so far in the early proceedings. But his pass has got all the way to Hilton, who has the ball in his hands once more.
That final pass from the Marine player, especially the Marine front three, has just been a bit lacking so far in the first 10 or so minutes. It's something they'll need to. There's definitely opportunities for them to play those passes in behind the Pilkington defence, but they're just struggling to find a man.
Passing under a little bit of pressure there, but plays it well, and a flick on by Campbell finds Toure. Toure battling with Gary Kenny, and the pass back to Campbell is cut out, and Gomez will drive forward here for Pilkington. Ball at the feet of Preston now, and he switches it into Cottinan. Pass by Sharp is cut out, and Marine back with the ball. And now Johnny Spittle looking for an option, and I think he's looking to play a ball over the top for Toure, but he's never going to get that one, the forward. And it's run all the way out for a Pilkington throw-in. Just inside, about halfway inside their own half. Well, Pilkington are first in the North West Counties Football League. So it's definitely not going to be an easy one for Marine tonight. And they're on the attack here with Gilchrist, as forward ball was never going to find Laird, and passing clears it forward, but it's cut out by Gomez now. Gomez switches the play, and Nathan Moore's in a bit of space here for the Greens. More brilliant get past Scaresbrick, and the cross goes in, and it's well headed by Johnny Spittle. Brought down there and shot by Callum Laird, and a deflection on the way the shot means Pilkington will get their first corner of the evening.
Just showing a bit of flair going forward. Nice play by Moore down that right hand side just to skip past Scaresbrick, and Marine can't take them lightly here. It's a cup game. Everyone's going to improve their standards for games like these, especially when you're facing one of the bigger boys in the region at this level. So I think that's a bit of a warning sign for Marine. Corner
swung in and headed away by Spittle, I think that was, and collected by Moore. His first time pass looking for Giglio, who took the corner, but it's run all the way out for Marine throw-in. There's about 10 minutes into this first half. Remains goalless here between Marine and Pilkington. And the throw-in found Luke Clark, and he hooks it forward looking for Harris, and now Smith will come forward for Marine. Smith back into Harris. He's under a little bit of pressure by Giglio. He's able to find Smith, and Smith with a nice little touch to Toure. Toure now to Harris. Harris looking to return the pass to Toure, but it's cut out and cleared now by Hilton. Spittle header forward isn't the best one, but it's found Weir. Weir now challenged by Scaresbrick, and I think Scaresbrick just a little bit too forceful there on Louis Sharp, and Pilkington will have a free kick. It's on the halfway line. A chance for the away side to get forward out of their own half. And Giglio is over this one again. Hooks it forward to Moore. Moore takes it down nicely and under pressure by Weir. Moore is forced back but still keeps possession. And here's Cottington. He's forced all the way back to Hilton, who smacks it forward first time, and there's a run forward by Gilchrist. He's passing off his line now, nicely there. Whereas Gilchrist would have had an opportunity bearing down on goal. But now Toure. Forward ball by Solomon to Scaresbury. Back to Toure. Toure's pass is cut out by Moore. He's had a bright start on that right hand side. But his touch that time lets him down and Marino have a throw in. Here's Johnny Spittle now to Harris. Out wide to Smith, and the pass too much on it for Smith, he couldn't control it. And a Pilkington throw in taken quickly and pushed all the way back to Jake Hilton once more. Hooks this one forward. Headed in there by Smith. Up forward again, and a bit of pressure on by Harris. We can't quite retain possession, and Nathan Moore on the Pilkington right. Cut out by Scaresbury. Now Solomon plays to James Barrigan. Ball back with Luke Clark. Under not much pressure there. As Pilkington just gradually get back into their shape. Barrigan in the middle of the pitch under no pressure again, but can't pass is a poor one straight into Louis Sharp, and Marine just becoming a little bit sloppy now in possession. They're taking their time, and Spittle has to cut out that one to deny Lomax. Spittle looking for the pass and plays it into the feet of Toure. The first time out to Hayden Campbell now. Campbell looking for a forward ball, but he can't find it, and he's had to play it out wide to Lucas Weir with a bit of space on the left. Barrigan's here to help him out, and it is Barrigan. First time cross in towards Toure, and it's headed in by Kenny. And Pilkington with the ball in their own half now with Sharp. Sharp's forward ball is going to run all the way out of play onto the linesman's head, and it's a Marine throw-in.
I don't think Neil Young would be particularly happy with the start we've made. A lot of poor passing to the front three, a lot of poor passes in behind the Pilkington back line. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, it's been a sloppy start. It's a typical sort of Tuesday night start to the game.
Here's Gomez. Cut out well by Harris, who's certainly been involved in his open stage, but the forward pass by Smith is cut out by Gomez, and Winger's still with the ball, but it's cut out by Barrigan, and Marine will come forward now with Hayden Campbell. Campbell looking to take on Giglio, he comes inside. Solomon looks for a first time pass towards Harris, but it's cut out. Solomon's still with the ball. Barrigan now. Out wide to the right where Sean Smith is at. Smith looking to take on Gomez. Gives it to Campbell instead. Campbell first time into Smith through the legs of a green shirt, but it's well defended in there by Gary Kenny to win the side a goal kick. But a bit more promising signs there from Marine with the forward play by Aidan Campbell. Just can't quite open up that first chance of the game. As we are a quarter hour in to this Liverpool Senior Cup second round. Still Marine 0, Pilkington 0. Goal kick forward by Hilton. It's one by Spittle and headed forward again. Barrigan claims this one and plays it back to Smith, who's going to go all the way back to Passon now. Passon will go for the forward ball, looking for Solomon. Flicked on, but there's no white shirt behind him. It's comfortably gathered by Moore. But now under a bit of pressure. He's challenged by Solomon, who's alert to it, and here's Campbell. Campbell to Toure. Through the legs of Solomon. Campbell! Oh, and a shot comes in by Hayden Campbell, but it's just a little bit too high. That was a great move by the Marine front three this evening. the best move of the game.
Oh, definitely the best move of the game. Really sharp interplay between the front three there. Campbell, I don't think it was even a bad contact. I just think he's been unlucky and he's just opened his foot up slightly too much, put it just over the top right hand corner. But nice play again, especially for Sol Solomon to win the ball back in a really good area.
He was alert to that one. Solomon put the challenge in on Cottington, and Campbell's shot just a little bit too high, but certainly got goalkeeper Jake Hilton scrambling to his left. The goal kick forward now by Pilkington is challenged nicely, well in there by Spittle. The ball back with Sean Smith. Smith under a bit of pressure by Lomax, I think that is, and he's fouled by the forward. And Marine get the free kick going quick, and here's Campbell making the run forward now. Campbell under the challenge, and he skips past it nicely. Hayden Campbell's running at the Pilkington defence, puts the cross in towards Solomon, and it's just slightly too much pace on the cross. But Solomon just couldn't get there in time, and another great chance for Marine. Solomon's unlucky not to make it 1-0.
Hayden Campbell's really coming into this game nicely here. Breaking down that right hand side, put a nice ball in, and unfortunately Sol's just a little bit too late. So the cross couldn't quite get a foot on it. Any touch would be sending it past the Pilkington goalkeeper. Putting us 1-0 up, but we're starting to liven up a bit now, which is a good sign.
And Hayden Campbell back in the starting 11. He's causing some problems for the Pilkington left side, and he's here again. It's headed by Preston forward towards Gomez, challenged by Sean Smith, and a Pilkington throw-in just inside the Marine half. Taken by Gomez. It's brought down by Lomax, but it's challenged in there by Barragan, and Toure now lays it off for Harris. Harris's forward ball isn't a great one, but it's found the feet of Toure. Toure assessing his options and tries a one out wide. Solomon finds a bit of space and takes on a shot, but it's well claimed by Hilton. First shot on goal by Marine in this game. It's well held by Sol Solomon. And a goal kick forward by Hilton. Challenging there by Spittle, and passing under a bit of pressure. Has to clear his lines quickly. It's Toure's challenging forward, and Harris now forced back to Smith. Now Barragan switches it towards Clark, who's popped in that left centre back role this evening. Also wearing the captain's armband. And his forward ball looking for Lucas Weir. Did look just a yard offside there, Weir. And the result of that will be a Pilkington free kick. Just gone up to under 20 minutes of this first half. Still goalless here at the Marine Travel Arena. But Marine just slowly starting to get themselves into this game. Hayden Campbell and Sol Solomon causing a few problems, but yet to make a difference to the scoreline. And Jake Hilton hooked this free kick forward, looking for more. Headed by Weir now. Solomon. First time hit forward by Barragan, looking for Toure, and Toure's going to put a bit of pressure on Hilton, whose clearance is not the best one. It's found Campbell, and Campbell, who's already scored one similar to that this season. A bit closer this time, but his effort's gone wide and was always going wide.
Yeah, I think he's had visions back to previously in the season with that attempt. He could have played in Toure for probably an easier chance, but you know, when you see the keeper that far off his line in that position, you know, he wasn't out wide or anything like that. He was staring down the barrel of the goal, just took it on his left foot and just sliced it wide. You can't argue with him taking the shot on, but the option for Toure was there.
Goal kicks, challenged by Spittle, and Smith under a bit of pressure finds Campbell. Campbell's first time touch, just a bit too much on that for Toure, and the ball's all the way back to Hilton, who'll hit this one forward again. Challenged by Luke Clark, and the ball runs to Callum Harris now. Out to Sean Smith. Campbell can turn and looks for the pass. It's a nice ball forward to Toure. Good challenge in there though by Gary Kenny, and Marine will have a throw in. Smith wants to take this one quick and plays to Campbell. Toure now looking to turn but plays it out to his full-back. Smith puts the cross in and Campbell's free and challenge out to Scaresbrick, who slices his effort from the edge of the box, horribly wide. But another chance for the Mariners.
Didn't look quite set there, Scaresbrick. Just not even snatching at it, but he just didn't look set to hit it on his weaker left foot. Is he right-footed? Or am I misremembering? I can't remember. But he didn't take it particularly well. And when you see that chance, when you see the ball looping down, as an attacking player, you're going to think, yeah, fancy myself to try and put this away, but just a poor connection.
Throw in now that Costigan will take for Pilkington. Looking to creep inside the Marine half. Brought down and Costigan will try to hook it forward, but he's just placed that one out of play. And Marine will have a throw in inside their own half. That Lucas Weir will take. Looking for an option to make the breakthrough here. Thrown forward, looking for Scaresbrick, and Barragan puts a challenge in. Gomez wins the header now. And well brought down by Lomax, and Lomax coming forward here for Pilkington. Out wide to Moore. Moore's come inside, but to the feet of Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Preston. Preston's forward ball finds Laird and looks to turn, and under a couple of challenges is eventually brought to the deck. And Pilkington now a good area for the free kick. First bit of defending, real defending for Marine this time.
I've been quite impressed so far with number 4. Excuse my pronunciation of this one, butcher it. Giglio, however it's pronounced, I apologise. Whenever they've been on the front foot in our half, he's looked really calm on the ball, distributed the ball well. Looks like a proper holding midfielder in there.
Well, here's Giglio over this free kick. Puts the cross in, and it's a poor one, a real poor one. Straight into the hands of Passant, who will try and get things back underway as soon as he can. Looking for Toure, but headed away. Barragan underneath that one. It's well one in there by Gomez. His touch, it's not a better one, it's a bit scrappy in there on the halfway line. Barragan sweeps up the danger. And now the ball with the feet at Luke Clark. Clark's forward ball looks to find Campbell, and Campbell's touch is a nice one, and it's challenge in there. A heavy challenge by Callum Preston. I'm not sure he had to make it the way he did. He took out his own teammate in the process, but the end result is a Marine corner, despite the protests from the crowd.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the referee's probably got that one right from our angle. It looks like it was more of a shoulder challenge on Campbell, but nice play by him to drift out wide, find a bit of space. First touch, he's done probably the best he could with it, the way the ball came up quite high on him. But yeah, good chances, and he's front three starting to get into the game a lot more.
Corner in now. Headed slightly away by Lomax. Didn't get a full connection, but it did the job as the ball runs out to Moore. Under a bit of pressure by Campbell and deflects towards Barragan, who, under a bit of pressure by Adam Gilchrist, is forced all the way back. Clark nicely switches the play towards Spittle. Spittle's forward ball finds Solomon, but Solomon's touch just runs away from him. And Hilton will have time to assess his options here. Just over halfway through this first half. Still remains Marine 0, Pilkington 0. Marine looking the stronger of the two sides, as you'd expect. With a couple chances, but not really threatening Jake Hilton in the Pilkington goal too much. And James Barragan's won a free kick and takes it quickly towards hitting Campbell now. Campbell under the pressure by Gomez, looks to be fouled and is fouled clumsily by Gomez. And Marine have a free kick in a decent crossing area that Lucas Weir will pounce on.
Again, Hayden Campbell drifting out wide, finding some space. down that right hand side. Gomez actually looked to have caught up with him pretty well. I don't think he actually needed to put that challenge in. Campbell didn't seem to be posing much of a threat, but he just clipped his heels, and it's a good position for us to whip in a free kick here.
Well, it's one thing making the runs in behind, it's another thing making the pass, and the passes have been exquisite so far into the forward players. Weir's free kick, headed by Campbell at the near post, but was always rising high off Hilton's goal. Another good chance for Hayden Campbell to add to his 10 goals this season. Couldn't quite do it on that occasion. And Hilton has the ball at his feet again for Pilkington goal kick. We'll go long, looking for more, but well won in there by Lucas Weir, that was. Turned by Cottonen and hit forward looking for Callum Laird, who is 1-on-1 on with Bailey Passon, but I think he's always going to get called back for an offside there. It's Pilkington and Marine. Put in a few substitutes to warm up. Possibly make an impact in this game. Bailey Passon with the free kick. I think Clark's come short for this one and will come forward with the ball. Clark looking for a forward option and finds Campbell. Campbell plays it back to Harris, and the ball now with Johnny Spittle. Spittle goes side to Clark, and now Barragan, who's entered the left back role. I think he's stopped for the time being with Lucas Weir. Forward ball by Clark. Torres slips in the process, but Scaresby's going to chase on to this, and Scaresby takes the shot, and it's just wide. It will be. There was no deflection on the shot. It will be a goal kick. Scaresby did really well to pounce on the danger. Got his shot away from a tight angle, and it's just gone wide.
Yeah, really good pressure from Scaresby there down the left hand side. Not just letting the defender take the ball down, let it go out for a goal kick. And unfortunately, his shot was just always just drifting wide, although it didn't look like at first it was just going to nettle into that far corner.
So, good chance for Marine. Still remains 0-0 at the MTA. Jake Hilton with another goal kick to take forward. He takes this one long. It's challenged in there by Clark, who wins it well. Hooked forward by Harris, and Campbell could get a hold of this. I think he will do. And he takes it over the head of Preston, but it's a bit too much pace on it, and nicely swept up by Kenny. And the ball in the hands of Sean Smith for a Marine throw-in. Looking for an option, Smith, and finds Toure. Clark now coming forward. Every Marine player in the Pilkington half as Lucas Weir is driving forward, and Lucas Weir will take a shot, and it's a wicked shot. It's well saved at the end by Hilton. Marine's still with the ball now. Barragan. Weir's made the run out wide again, and he's going to get it. Weir takes it past Moore, but it's good defending by Moore, and he does really well to skip away from Weir. But his forward pass isn't the best, and Marine have a throw-in taken quickly by Barragan. Harris has time to turn and looks to switch the play to Campbell, but it's a challenge. Out of play by Gomez. But Lucas Weir growing in confidence over the past couple of weeks. Earning his place in the starting 11. Was unlucky there with a strike. Certainly has some pace on it, had to be stopped. Campbell challenged by Gomez, and the ball runs out for a goal kick. Marine still lacking the first goal. How would you assess their first half so far, Adam?
I think the first 10-15 minutes looked sloppy. We didn't really pass the ball into the final third that well. But as the game's gone on, we've looked a bit more potent going forward. I think Weir's done surprisingly well in an unnatural position down that left-hand side. Obviously, just had the shot saved. It's got into good positions. And Hayden Campbell, people like that have grown into the game more as the game's gone on.
Bit of pressure from Motori on Kenny, but he's able to get the header back to his goalkeeper. And a drop kick forward. It's challenged by Spittle, but Gomez will hit a forward ball looking for Laird. And a challenge in there by Passant. I think Passant is in a bit of bother here. There's a challenge coming together rather between Callum Laird and Bailey Passant. Passant has remained on the deck and it's taken a bit of treatment.
A good brave goalkeeping from Bailey there to come out, collect the ball, probably knew he was going to take some contacts to try and get there before the striker got to the ball, but yeah, it's unfortunate, especially if he might have got a knee or something to the leg. Looks like he's getting some treatment to his leg.
Well, it's not every week that Jemana Mendes is on the Marine bench, but he's there tonight. So a backup keeper is there if needed. There's a good chance he may be needed because Passant's still on the deck. There's 32 minutes of this first half gone. Marine 0, Pilkington 0 in the Liverpool Senior Cup second round.
I think one thing that the Marine management will be happy with, despite the slow start to the game, is they've looked in control of the game. There's not really been a period where they've been under the cosh. They've been the one threatening, as you'd expect them to do in an tie like this. But yeah, I think overall they'll be satisfied as they can be without a goal being scored.
Well, fortunately for Marine, Passant is back to his feet, and the drinks break has been called short. And Passant will look to get things back underway here. The free kick was awarded in the end, with the coming together with Callum Laird, and switches the play now to Weir, whose header took a deflection on the way, and Marine will have a throw in inside Pilkington's half. Torres comes short for this one. Nice ball forward by Torre for Solomon. Solomon's low cross is swept away and forwardly played by Kenny. Wasn't the best pass forward, and Marine come away with possession again with Clark. Swept wide to Smith. Harris is making a forward run, but I think Preston's going to make the challenge, and he does. And Marine with a throw in halfway inside the Pilkington half. Smith, the ball in his hands, looking for the white shirt to come short, and Torres, that man, looks to play it off to Barragan, and Barragan with a bit of space looks for a shot, and he goes for a shot straight into the hands of Hilton. A little bit of movement on the way, but I think the Pilkington number one was always going to claim that one.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get the venom that Lucas Weir got behind his shot earlier. Just sort of seemed to backspin into the keeper's hands. Didn't look too challenging despite a little bit of movement on the ball. But you don't mind players like Barragan who can hit a strike well. Taking a shot from there.
Weird out. Has time to come forward with the ball. Plays it inside to Harris. Harris out wide to Smith, who comes inside on his favoured left foot, finds Barragan. Now Hayden Campbell comes inside to Harris, and Harris's pass forward is a poor one, and Pilkington look to break on the counter, but passing swiftly off his line to deal with the danger. And Toure now, latched on a loose ball at the back. Toure, it's come out to Solomon, who takes the shot on, but it's straight into the hands of Hilton again, and a bit of fortune seemed to run Toure's way, but he couldn't quite get the shot off. With a bit of pressure from green shirts. It's now Moore, whose pass into field is cut out by Callum Harris, who's playing to Scaresbrook now. Toure, Harris couldn't quite return it to Toure, but he's still with the ball with Campbell. Campbell to Smith, and finds the feet of Campbell again, looking for the ball, and he plays a nice one to Sean Smith, who trying to hook it back into the box, and it's defended well by Gary Kenny, who's been more of a sweeper in there for Pilkington. But Marine's still with it. Campbell puts a cross in, and Toure's got a free header, and His header is kept alive by Scaresbrick, and a shot by Solomon saved. Solomon's still with it. It's shot and it's saved again by Jake Hilton. Great stop again to deny Scaresbrick. Campbell comes inside. It takes the shot on, and that one's always rising. But a great double save by Jake Hilton. Somehow Marine and Pilkington still goalless.
Yeah, well, Motori has to do better with that head. It's come straight to him. There's no one around him. Didn't seem to make proper contact with his head on the ball off the shoulder. And then came eventually to Solomon after, I think it was Weir kept it in play. Really well done by him to get out and smother the shot early. Fell back to Spittle, I think it was a shot. Rifled at the keeper, but a strong save. And, he's looked solid so far as the keeper.
Well, there's a chance now for Laird. Unleashes a shot or a cross, I'm not too sure which one it was. But it's dealt with by Luke Clark. But a forward ball by Spittle isn't the best, and the ball's still with the Greens here. There's a bit of pressure on Lewis Sharp, and he's forced back to Preston. Preston looking for the switch of play to Mort. He could get there, Mort. I think he will, even though Lucas Weir is on his back, and he tries a bit of skill to get past the winger in a full-back position, and doesn't quite work, and Marine coming forward now. Toure into Barragan. Swept out to Smith. Smith coming forward on the overlap. Plays it to Campbell. Campbell back to Smith. I think he might have to hit this on his right foot, and he does, and the cross is palmed away by Hilton, and that wasn't one of his best moments of the game. But the danger is dealt with in the end. Marine's still with possession though. Lucas Weir. He's come inside Pilkington's half, and he's going to drive, looking for an option. But he goes back to Clark. And now Barragan. Marine dominating the ball. Creating some chances towards the end of this first half, but can't quite get the breakthrough goal here. Here's Solomon. It's come short. And found Harris. Harris looking for a ball in the eye behind for Smith, and it wasn't a bad idea. Smith just couldn't get hold of the ball, and it's cleared over the terrace for Marine throw-in. As we approach the last 5 minutes of this first half, still yet to see first goal between the two sides, but Marine certainly looking the more threatening in the last few minutes or so. Smith throws it to Barragan. Barragan finds Clark, who's come forward and looks to find Toure, but his pass is cut out and cleared. Solomon will pick this one up. And the ball by Weir is collected by Mort. And Pilkington give away possession cheaply. With the ball at the feet of Johnny Spittle now. Into Clark. Barragan just moving the ball into the away side's half and finding Motoré. We've got that winning goal just a few days ago at Scarborough Athletic in the Isuzu FA Trophy. Not yet on the score sheet tonight. There's Callum Harris. Pressure on by Gilchrist, and ball's found its way to Johnny Spittle. Barragan looking out wide. It's a weird big fan. Solomon instead. Scaresbrick. Marine having the possession. Not quite making it count at the moment. Spittle coming forward. Finds Campbell. Harris looking for that cutting ball, but the way side defending well, but a nice 1-2 and between Campbell and Sean Smith. It's challenged by Gomez, and Marine will have a corner.
Good tracking back by Gomez there. It's been an interesting battle to see the two wingers down that left hand side going at it, Hayden Campbell and Bebeto Gomez. And Gomez looks, in terms of physicality, pace, that sort of burst of acceleration, he looks every bit as good as Hayden Campbell.
Lucas Weir over this corner again. Whips it in, headed away by Gary Kenny. He's had a very solid 40 minutes so far, but his header runs away for Marine throw-in. Deep inside Pilkington's half here. Solomon will throw it short to Lucas Weir. Weir's pass into Barragan is a poor one and giving away possession, but they win it back through the challenge. And now Spittle will try and switch a play, looking for Solomon, and wins the header. It's cleared by Cossington, and Marine will have a throw in on the halfway line. Clark receives the ball from the throw and has to go all the way back to Passant. And now Spittle wants to push his team forward with the ball. He finds Smith. Now Hayden Campbell. Looking for an option, Campbell, and instead goes back to Harris. Campbell to Smith. Smith back to Campbell. Nice 1-2. Campbell finding Toure, and Toure plays it through the defender's legs. Looking for Hayden Campbell, but pass not found his way. But nice drilling by Scaresbrick, finds Toure. Toure cuts inside, and that's the shot. And similar to his effort last week, or last Saturday rather, but this time ball kills the wrong way of the post. And remains 0-0.
Really inventive play there by Toure, just to knock it through the legs of, I don't see which defender it was, one of the Pilkington defenders to try and find Hayden Campbell. Obviously Campbell didn't get on the end of it, but came back to him eventually. Nice little shimmy to get past the man, tried to finish into the far corner, and a lot of the crowd thought that was going in, but yeah, it's unfortunate.
Now Solomon from the goal kick, and a forward ball looking for Toure, and his first touch let him down. The strikers grown in this first half with around 2 minutes left of it. Still Marine 0, Pilkington 0. But not, the scoreline doesn't really show a true reflection of the first half. Marine dominating possession and creating some good opportunities, especially towards the end of this first 45. Hit to put the ball in the back of the net. Can they sneak one in just before the interval? As Luke Clark will come forward now. And finds Barragan. Barragan out to Smith. Marine have certainly utilised the width of the pitch so far in this game. It's Barragan still with the ball. Into Solomon. Toure now. Toure's pass doesn't find a white shirt and it's cut out, and Laird will come forward now, and a good challenge in there by Spittle means Marine come away with the ball, and Barragan driving forward, seeing off the challenge, but there's no forward place for him as one additional minute will be added on in this first half. Clark looking for Campbell. Campbell can't quite get the flick on, but so it's going to be cleared away by Jake Hilton. It is straight onto the head of Spittle and taken down by Clark. Out wide now with Sean Smith, who turns well past Gomez. Smith still coming forward, but the winger puts a good challenge in, and Pilkington win the ball back, but give it away straight away again. Smith can't quite get a hold of that one, but Marine still with possession in the late stages of this first half. Clark going forward, looking for a pass, and finds Harris. Harris out to Campbell. Campbell looking to take on Gomez. Instead plays it back to Harris. And now Barragan with a chance to shoot. Barragan does go for the shot, but no pace whatsoever on that one, and easily gathered by Hilton. And you think that would be the last chance of this first half. As Hilton will knock it forward, and it is. The referee has blown the half-time whistle. There's the two teams going at the break, 0-0 between Marine and Pilkington. Marine dominating the ball and creating some nice openings without finding the back of the net. You can join us in 15 minutes for the second half, but hopefully we'll see some goals in Marine's favour. It's half time, Marine 0, Pilkington 0. Welcome back to the second half here at the MTA. Game between Marine and Pilkington in the Liverpool Senior Cup second round. Going into the second half goalless, but I think it's fair to say Marine dominating at the two sides, has yet to put the ball in the back of the net. Adam, what would be your assessment of that first 45?
I think as the game went on, we started to create more chances, got a good few openings, some great chances obviously with the double save from Hilton keeping us out, and Mo Torre's missed header just before that. So I think we're creating chances. I just think that we need to be a bit more clinical at this time, especially against an opponent like this. You want to be able to put them to bed and then maybe make some changes relatively early as you can.
Yeah, well, neither side are going to make any substitutions at half time. And Mo Torre will be the man to get this game back underway. There is the whistle, and Barragan now for Marine. Smith. Last time Marine played in the Liverpool Senior Cup was in the 2020 season, and they lost 3-2 to who else but Pilkington. And the two teams face again this evening, and I think a free kick by Toure will go Pilkington's way. Despite the game being 0-0, really done everything but put the ball in the back of the net. Campbell, Toure and Scaresbrick will start this evening in the forward areas. And there's free kick forward, and Spittle will hook it clear. Headed in there by Barragan. Harris is challenging there, and it's collected by Gomez, but he loses out to Smith now. Campbell on the turn, takes it past his man and will come forward now. Campbell out wide to Toure. His cross is blocked, but we'll run out for a Marine throw-in. In line with the box, with taken quickly now. Campbell assessing his options and comes back to Harris. Barragan now turns really well and looks out wide. Barragan, will he play it to Weir? And he does. Weir takes on the shot. It's blocked. It's come out though. Solomon plays in Weir, and on a challenge he's able to put a cross in, but it's not the greatest one, and cleared for another Marine throw-in. Taken quickly again. Back to Luke Clark, wearing the armband this evening. Is Josh Wardle not involved? Having a rest, you'd assume. Clark into the feet of Smith. Smith finds Callum Harris. Forward ball by Harris for Scaresbrick. He's made a good run in behind Scaresbrick, and he cuts it back, and the ball deflects the way of Toure, and it's saved. You think Toure, with his finishing on Saturday, he probably should have put that one home.
Yeah, again, just some lack of clinicalness from Toure. Got the ball into the decent position. We were perfectly positioned behind the shot to see how much of the goal he had to shoot at over on that far side of the pitch. Could have went for the near post, tried to drill it in towards the post, but he seemed to just drag it towards the keeper and easily cleared. But, good start, creating chances early, but just need to be more ruthless in the box.
Clark. His pass into Scaresbrick isn't a great one, and a result of that, Scaresbrick brings down Chris Lomax to the floor. And Pilkington will have time to take a quick breath. A chance to attack from this free kick, just inside their own half. I think it will be Colin Preston to put this forward. Thinks it, looking for Kenny's come forward, and he wins the header, and the ball's found Lomax, and well blocked in the end by Luke Clark. A chance open there for Pilkington, the first real attacking play of the game. And a poor back pass can't be kept in by Hilton, and Marine get a cheap corner.
Those little chances for Pilkington, the things that Marine needs to be wary of, because we go up to the other end, we can have as many shots as we want. If we're not putting away those goals, they can have one chance to put the ball past Bailey Passon, and then the game switches.
Corner whipped in, headed away well by Gomez. Scaresbrook does make the challenge, but referees adjudicate that one as a foul. And Hilton will take his time in putting this one forward again. 5 minutes into the second half, it still remains Marine 0, Pilkington 0. Alan Morgan there taking charge of the team tonight. Muddied up to his bench of just the two usual names this evening. There's a heavy challenge in there. Just trying to figure who that was. I think it might have been Callum Harris who's hit the deck.
I think it's actually Hayden Campbell.
Campbell is the man, and he's back on his feet. Just a talking to on Gomez by the referee. Nothing more, I don't think. And Sean Smith will now look to get this game back going. He finds Harris. Back to Spittle. And hit forward first time by Passon. I think it will be kept in there by Smith, and it is. He finds Campbell. Challenge by Gomez, and Scaresbrook again. The man has brought him to the floor. I think the referee just let him know that it's a number of fouls in a short space of time by Andy Scaresbrook. But no cards yet this evening. Free kick taken forward now. Sean Smith will cut that one out. He hooks it for Barragan. Barragan's flick on headers. Tipped over by Scaresbrook, and Solomon's forward ball now looking for Toure. Toure, can he get in here? He's in. Mo Toure. He's just not taking the shot on. I don't think he wanted to take on that left foot, but he's coming now and whipped it across the face of goal, and a deflection on its way means Marine will have a corner.
Yeah, great run from Toure, and a really nice first time ball from Solomon. Maybe a hint of offside, but we couldn't quite tell from where we're sat. I just think he needs to take the shot on early. Maybe he just couldn't set his feet properly to get the shot off, but he's obviously not opposed to taking the attempt on with his left foot, because he had a shot fired across goal, he deflected behind the corner. I think he just needs to be a bit sharper in the box there.
Corner taken in and headed away well by Kenny. Scaresbrook keeping hold of the ball from Marine, and Clark will have to switch it out to Weir. I do think Toure probably should have taken that chance on quicker. Maybe if he's in rich vein of form and getting matches under his belt, he would have done. But he's on the ball again here for Marine. Barragan now. All the way back to Clark on the halfway line. Clark back to Barragan, who switch of play. Finds Sean Smith with a bit of space to go at Pilkington defence. Gives it back to Solomon. Solomon takes on his man Gomez, and very good defending in the end by Beverton Gomez, and the result is a Pilkington goal kick.
Showing more of that athleticism as Gomez. He gets back really well. He's really strong in the challenge. He doesn't look like somebody who'd be, particularly strong in the challenge. He's got quite a wiry winger, somebody who probably likes to dribble at people on the face of it, but he's doing defensive duties really well tonight. He's stopping a lot of attacks down that right hand side.
There's Gomez with a flick on from the goal kick, and I think Lomax thought he might have been pulled offside. Passant's forward kick isn't a great one, it's picked up by Moore now. Good challenge in there by Solomon. And the ball's back the feet of Passant. Clark now. Marine just building up slowly in the run half. A few risky passes, and I think that one will be cut out by Gomez, and it is from Barragan. And Gomez plays the early pass to Gilchrist. He takes the shot, and it's great defending in the end by Luke Clark. Put a brilliant challenge in. Barragan's loose pass was collected by Gomez, and Marine just need to stay switched on now. That could have easily resulted in the opening goal of this evening there. Luke Clark doing his defensive duties. Marcus Giglio will take this corner. Giglio's corner. Up to the back post and headed in there by Kenny, but the ball was always travelling wide. And Marine will have a goal kick. It's about 10 minutes into the second half. Still yet to see the first goal in this Liverpool Senior Cup second round. Passing. Goal kick for Lucas Weir, who's under a bit of pressure, but he does win the header. But a poor clearance by Lewis Sharp. It's up to the Marine throw-in. Weir hoping a white shirt will present itself, but it hasn't, and he's had to go down the line. Solomon can't get the flick on. Touré's got the ball now. Touré under the challenge. Does well. Keeps the ball for Marine. And now Weir with the switcher play looking for Hayden Campbell. Perfect pass. But the control wasn't the greatest by Campbell and cleared away. Spittle hooks it forward. It's picked up by Giglio. And the ball running all the way back to Pilkington goalkeeper Jake Hilton. His forward ball is headed there by Spittle, and Pilkington with possession now with Gomez. Gomez comes inside, challenged by Scaresbrook though. Scaresbrook just couldn't quite get a hold of the ball. Let's get a bit scrappy in there, and a bad pass by Gomez is picked up by Solomon. Solomon takes the shot on, parried by Hilton, and Touré can't react for the rebound. But both sides presenting their opponents with chances in the second half. Solomon that time getting the shot off, but I think Hilton was always going to be equal to it. Kick forward. Over Spittle's head, and passing there to deal with the danger as Callum Laird could have been in there, but a mistake at the back by Spittle. But Weir now driving forward, gets past Moore. Plays into Scaresbrook, and now Touré. Referee plays advantage. Will he go back for it as Marine lose the ball? He won't, but it's well challenging there by Solomon, who hits the deck, and Marine will get a free kick. Another good crossing chance for Marine. One by Solomon. We could be hoping to take this one as well. As the attendance is coming for this evening, 291 on this very cold Tuesday night. As Marine eventually gets free kick underway. I think Solomon is going to be the one to whip this one in. There's a lot of pace on it, and headed over for Marine corner. This is about 57 or so minutes into this game. Still Marine 0, Pilkington 0. Pilkington in the North West Counties Football League, First Division. Holding Northern Premier League Marine here at their own ground. But a corner taken in now. It's gone all the way through. I think appeals for another corner aren't going to be accepted by the linesman on that far side, and Pilkington will have a goal kick. Alex Doyle down there warming up with the substitutes after he picked up an injury. I think it was Morpeth Town when he went off. But I presume he play a part in tonight's proceedings if it remains goalless. As Jake Hilton with the goal kick forward. Challenged by Spittle, and gone out of play for a Pilkington throw-in, halfway inside Marine's half. Gomez, who's been a lot to handle for Marine, will take the throw-in. Shots for a foul throw, but Ledelshearn and have a shot that's wide of passing and not troubling him, but Marine certainly in a rush to get this first goal. This passing goes short now with Luke Clark on the ball. Pilkington have put the press on a bit more this second half, pushing higher up the pitch. It's a lot deeper than that first 45. Probably thinking there's a chance for him in this game. Can Marine maximise the opportunity with Smith, and he's challenged well in there by Giglio. Ball now with Barrigan. Barrigan switch of play finds Lucas Weir. Weir into Toolray. Now Scaresbrick evades a challenge. Scaresbrick takes the shot on, and it's a brilliant finish. Andy Scaresbrick on the hour mark gets that first goal that Marine have been asking for, and eventually we have seen the first goal of the evening. Andy Scaresbrick with that one, Adam. It was a good finish on there.
Definitely a good finish. I didn't think he'd maybe got enough on it to beat the keeper, but it flew past him. Just slightly moving away from the keeper, so a hard one, maybe gone through a few bodies as well, but he nicely shimmied out of the way of some of the defenders, still put space for the shot. And good play by Torre as well to hold up the ball, not just, turn and thinking about getting a shot off himself, laid it off to Scaresbrick. He puts Marine ahead, and it puts him in a much more comfortable position now. For those players who, like Mo Torre, Hayden Campbell, who haven't had too many minutes over the last few weeks, it gives them a chance to freshen things up if needs be.
Certainly take a bit of pressure off those Marine players who've been hurrying on every occasion in set pieces and dead ball situations, but you can just relax a little bit more now. That first goal's gone in. Pilkington coming forward here, and a forward ball by Callum Preston. It's all the way out for Marine goal kick. I think we'll see our first substitution of the evening. I think it will be number 6, Louis Sharp. He's going to be replaced for Connell Gallagher.
Replace number 6, Louis Sharp. It's number 12, Connell Gallagher.
So Pilkington reacting to going a goal down, making that substitution in the middle of the park. Louis Sharp, maybe didn't mention too much in the second half. It's now been replaced by number 12, Connell Gallagher. Certainly need a reaction here, Pilkington. Chances have been hard to come by in this game. But here is a substitute, Gallagher. Challenged well by Callum Harris in Barrigan now. Campbell touches it delicately to Smith. Smith looks to hook a forward ball. He finds it well to Campbell, who I think was trying to play it into Torre first time. Disappointed with himself on that one, as it runs all the way out for a goal kick. So if you're just rejoining the game, Andy Scaresbrick's goal on 60 minutes is the difference now between Marine and Pilkington. The ball from the goal kick's gone all the way out for Marine throwing. Smith will come forward, taking a lot more time. Now that goal's gone in, he finds Harris, who's hooked it forward looking for Solomon. Defended well in there by Cottington. The forward ball now to the feet of Callum Laird. Laird almost skips past Smith, but some good defending by the fullback. Means Marine will keep possession, and Passon sweeps it out wide to Lucas Weir now. Weir inside to James Barrigan. Harris, ball a little bit behind Smith, and he does well to keep it in play. Now here's the goal scorer Andy Scaresbrick on the ball. Scaresbrick's ball towards the back post looking for Solomon, and it's 2. Lovely weighted ball by Scaresbrick, who got the first. And Solomon has doubled Marine's tally. And that's 2-0 now. 3 minutes after the first. Solomon the man. Can't stop scoring at the moment, Adam.
Not at all, yeah. Well, he's on a great run of form. It's a lovely ball by Scaresbrick to find him at the far post. On his left foot, took it the first time, just guided it past the keeper. He's in a great run of form, and You know, you don't see that run stopping really with the way he's been playing. I don't think Pilkington can feel too hard done by. They've defended well, but Marine have also had some really good chances that they haven't taken. So this will be, at the moment, quite a fair position for the game to be in.
It's safe to say the floodgates are open for Marine now. 2 in 3 minutes. They've got themselves a comfortable 2-0 lead here now. Pilkington have a lot of work to do to get anything from this. Second round cup tie. And Harris coming forward for Marine, and the referee's pulled it back for a foul on the substitute Gallagher. I think the pressure certainly off those Marine players now. Can enjoy their football a little bit more. Now the 2 up. A free kick put in by Giglio. And Passon's going to come for it, and it's challenged by Kenny. Kenny threw himself with the header. I think Passon was a little bit late to it, but the play has just been stopped as Kenny's still on the floor, maybe a tad concussed, I'm not too sure. He does look in a little bit of pain. And just getting a bit of treatment now. Gary Kenny, who's been solid at the back for 60 minutes anyway, until Andy Scaresbrick opened the scoring for Marine. Sol Solomon doubling the home side's tally 3 minutes later. And Kenny just being helped back to his feet. Doesn't look particularly happy. Holding his right shoulder, I think. Gary Kenny. I'm not sure if he's going to be alright to carry on. Doesn't look that way. He's still feeling his shoulder. The defender is just going to try and shrug it off. I think play will be put back to a drop kick to Passon, who did have the possession before the game stopped. And the game is back underway here at the feet of Passon, who will play it short to Lucas Ware, who's come forward for it. Kenny returns to the field of play. Now Barrigan. Going to Spittle. Now Smith. Early into Campbell, and Campbell's ball back is a strange one and cut out easily by Laird. Forward ball now has to be won in there by Clark to prevent Gilchrist from having a chance forward, and defended as well to win the header. Forward ball now by Weir, looking for Campbell. It's headed out. Harris is there. Defended well again by Cottington and cleared by Hilton. Spittle underneath that one. Barrigan chests it down with a little bit of pressure as well to keep hold of the ball, and his forward pass is cut out though. And the Greens back with possession. And here's Gomez to take on Smith, but Smith's defended brilliantly like he does every week, but his passing there isn't the best, and Pilkington will have a throw-in. Taken quickly by Preston, and the ball's gone back to Cottington. A bit of pressure has resulted in Torre winning the ball back. Torre to Harris, who's going to put the crossing towards the back post, flicked away by Moore, and Marine will have a throw in, but strange giveaway at the back there by the visitors. They're lucky to get away with that one. It's Clark now, finds Barrigan. Barrigan to Harris, who was the first time playing to Campbell, and Campbell does eventually get the ball and takes a shot on, but the whistle has been blown for a free kick on the forward. I think Pilkington maybe looking to make their second change of the night anytime soon, as the player's just taking off his jacket. Looks to be Liam Payton. Pilkington with a throw in that Lucas Weir's not too happy about. It will be a Pilkington throw-in, and here's Lomax. Challenging there by Scaresbrick, who's come to life in this second half. Played a nice ball forward to Torre now. Torre. Campbell's there, free at the back post, but Torre keeps hold of the ball. Takes it past the man, and Harris now into Campbell. Campbell back to Harris. Good challenge in there though. Great football by Harris and Campbell, but good challenge in there, denies that one. But Spittle. Ball forward, looking for Solomon, is headed out by Moore. About 25 minutes gone in the second half. Marine 2, Pilkington 0. Sean Smith coming forward for the Mariners. Come inside now to Campbell. Harris back to Campbell. Campbell with time to think about what he wants to do with the ball. Plays it to Barrigan. Out wide to Solomon now. Weir have a lot of time to put a cross in. Instead lays it back to Solomon, who does put a cross in. Punched away by Hilton. So only as far as Sean Smith, and Smith eventually gets the ball down and back to Barrigan. Weir will put the cross in this time, but that's gone way too far. And it will go out for Pilkington goal kick. And here is that change for Pilkington. There's going to be Liam Payton to come on. And coming off will be number 10, I think that is. I think it is. Chris Lomax. So Lomax off, battered on. So another change for Pilkington, who's not going to throw everything at it to get back in this game, despite being 2 goals down here. Forward ball by Weir. Oh, lovely, brought down by Campbell. Takes a shot on, and he opted for that near post, which may have been his downfall there on that chance, as he's put it wide. A lovely ball by Weir, really well taken down by Campbell. Just couldn't find the back of the net there. Ball forward is cut out by Clark, but I think it will be kept in by the substitute. Patton, fouled by Lucas Weir. Pilkington will put their big men forward. Going to put a cross in here, I think, with Marcus Giglio. He's been on every set piece for them this evening. He's on it again. Giglio's delivery. One in there by Barrigan, and as far as Kenny. Shot blocked by Smith, and now Gomez. Well, one in there by Campbell, but the Greens with possession. The cross has come in, but that's going to be passing all day. Instead, he actually leaves it for the goal kick, and Marine will make their first change of the evening. Looks to be Alex Doyle coming on for goal scorer of the second goal, Sol Solomon. Adam, Solomon coming off. How would you assess his game this evening?
I think he's been as good as usual, really. That's what we've come to expect from him. You know, lively play down the wing, creating chances for himself and his teammates, and I think a well-deserved rest. To be honest, he's got his goal. No need to run him into the ground and give some minutes out to the rest of the squad. Not to say Alex Doyle needs minutes, but I think Sol's deserved his 20 minutes extra. Sit down.
Goal kick by Passon. He's headed by Giglio, and that's going to go out for a Marine throw-in. The balls are stuck on top of the dugouts. Smith eventually gets the ball and throws it in field to substitute Alex Doyle for his first touch back in a Marine shirt. Weir now wants to take on his man, but it's challenged well. And Weir brings Gallagher to the deck. Oh, instead it's gone in Marine's favour. A little bit surprised about that one. It looked as though Weir brought Gallagher down, but the referees adjudicated it the other way round. I think the Pilkington players are too happy about that one, but it's going to be a Marine free kick either way. And eventually the game is back underway with Luke Clark. Now Doyle into the feet of Scaresbury. And now Sean Smith. Smith with a 1-2 with Harris and finds Torre now. Torre with his back to goal. Looking to play it back to Scaresbury. Back to Spittle and all the way back to Passant, who's come out of his box. Passant knocks it into the bit of space on that side to Smith, who touches it down, but Gomez does really well backtracking again. He's had to do his fair share of defending this evening. Cut out by Smith though. Torre into the feet of Barragan, who has a chance to shoot from the edge of the box, and it's blocked. Back with Smith though. And Gomez is at the deck, and Pilkington have a free kick as a result of that. Not too sure what happened there, but they have the free kick.
Don't know if Smith's trailing arm maybe caught him, but Gomez seems to be up and right pretty quickly, so surprised that one was given. I don't know. I thought at first he might have trodden on his ankle trying a little flick around the corner, but seems to be alright.
He's back to his feet. The winger. As Jake Hilton wants to take this free kick. About 15 minutes left of the second half. Marine 2 to the good here. As Campbell's picked up the ball in a deeper position and looks to play Torre. Torre controls it well. Will he play the run of Harris? No, he comes back on the left foot and fires a shot just over the bar. Came in on that left foot and he was always going to pull the trigger, Mo Torre. Hoping to make it 2 goals in 2 games, but it's not been his night so far.
Yeah, I can understand why he's taken on the shot. It wasn't in a bad position, but you've got Callum Harris running to the right of you, but potentially an easier chance. You know, I think it's a bit of a selfish strike from Torre, but you know, you can understand why he's taken on the shot.
Pilkington coming forward here. Laird now. Looking to pull the trigger, but he puts a low cross in and it's blocked by Spittle, and Spittle's there again with a 50-50 challenge with Conor Gallagher. It results in a Pilkington corner. Spittle just feeling the after effects of that one. Had to stand firm. The only centre back in Marine starting 11 this evening. Giglio has run across to take this corner. It's coming towards the back post and punched away by Passant and mishit by Harris. There's Gallagher, Gilchrist back to Gallagher. The cross comes in towards the back post, but it's always running wide and it will be a Marine goal kick. Just say Johnny Spittle was feeling the after effects of that 50-50 challenge. The game's just been stopped as he's hit the deck. I think he will be okay though. He's back to his feet, Spittle, and just a slight cause of concern on the Marine bench. Don't want to be taking any risks. Winning the Liverpool Senior Cup second round 2-0 with just over 10 minutes to go. Short by Passant into Clark. He plays it back to Passant. It's not a great pass, and the challenge in there is Callum Laird, and he fires another shot and it's gone across the face of goal. And it's gone out for Marine throwing, but got away from there, Luke Clark. The pass back to Passant wasn't the best one, and the goalkeeper had to throw himself at the challenge of Callum Laird, who was unlucky not to pull one back for Pilkington there.
Yeah, I didn't see the initial pass back to Passant. I think it was from Luke Clark, was it? Yes, you can't be under-hitting those passes given you one, putting your goalkeeper at risk of an injury, and two, you're risking a goal. A needless thing to do from the skipper tonight. Mistakes like that are what give sides like Pilkington a way back into the game, and at this stage you want to be putting it to bed pretty soon.
Well, Passant, who hit the deck in the first half, is just shaken up a little bit by that challenge, but he will be okay and not need any treatment there. Thrown forward by Weir. He's headed by a green shirt, and I think Pilkington will have the throw in there. It's a surprise of Aidan Campbell. But the referee's just not too happy. Something Andy Scaresbrick said there in the reaction to the throw. We're just having a word with Captain Luke Clark and James Barrigan. He's never shy of getting a booking. He's been very lenient this evening, referee. Yet to dish out a card, and he'll keep him in his pocket once again. And the game will resume with Pilkington throwing. Taken towards Captain Gilchrist, who looks to hook it first time. It's well won in there by Harris, and his forward ball finds Torre now. Torre, a bit isolated in that forward area, will hold it up well and play it back to Smith. Harris now into the substitute, Alex Doyle. Now Barragan under a bit of pressure. Marine getting pressed high by Pilkington, looking for a way back into the game. Pass by Weir is a poor one, and there's Gallagher now. Giglio goes all the way back to Hilton. Pilkington just trying to build an attack here. Still got the ball now with Giglio. Out wide to Moore. Looks to get past Barrigan, but the midfielder does well to evade the challenge, and he's coming forward for Marine here. Turns and is back to Lucas Weir. Weir with a switcher play, looking for Smith. And Smith into the run of Scaresbrick now. 1-on-1 with his man, and nice 1-2 with help, and the ball comes in and just can't quite find a white shirt. I think it's cleared by Conor Gallagher. The 1-2 with Callum Harris can't quite result in an attack, but Marine will make a second substitution in this game.
Second substitution for Marine. Replacing number 6, Johnny Spittle.
Johnny Spittle will play no longer part in this game. No risk will be taken for him. I think number 16 in his place, which is Tyler Acker Wheatcroft. Right. So
It's number 14, Ben Jones.
it's Ben Jones, the man who's actually come on for Spittle. Did say he was feeling some effects from that challenge. And he won't be risked for a big game on Saturday against RG United here at the MTA. We'll need him for that one as Bailey Passant's hit the deck for a third time this evening. Just getting a little bit of treatment by the physio. Substitute keeper Jemana Mendes possibly making his first appearance of the season. I think he will be coming on here, Jemana Mendes, to the surprise of many. He's coming to the last 5 minutes or so. Marine 2, Pilkington 0. Goals from Andy Scaresbrick and then Sol Solomon. Giving Marine a comfortable evening here. As the throw-in's taken and the ball with Weir. Weir scrambling to keep the ball with the Whites, but it's cleared now and Gallagher will come away with it. Pilkington coming forward here, 1-on-1 with Luke Clark. Oh, it's nice dribbling. Substitute Liam Patton. Lovely little bit of skill to get past Luke Clark, and Clark brings him down, and Pilkington with a free kick.
Ladies and gents, our attendance this evening at the MTA is 291. Thank you all very much for your support.
It's just a confirmation now of the attendance, as I mentioned earlier, 291. As Giglio is over this free kick again. We'll look to put it in the danger zone. Pilkington could get a late chance of getting back into this tie now. As the free kick's taken, looking for Kenny, headed away by Clark. Only as far as Giglio, who first time hooks it back in, and substitute Ben Jones heads that one clear. Scaresbrick under a bit of pressure, but he finds the pass of Campbell. Campbell in behind now with Torre. Torre Can he get there? I think the pass just a little bit too much on it, and cleared by Preston out for a Marine throw-in. And there is the Marine substitution. Bailey Passon will be coming off for Jemana Mendes. Substitute goalie's getting in his first appearance for the Mariners this season. I wonder how much he'll have to do in the closing stages here. Hopefully won't be a gateway back into this game for Pilkington. That will be Marine's final change of the evening. Substitute goalkeeper. Both Johnny Spittle and Bailey Paston just not going to be resting the closing stages here. A thick winter schedule coming up for the Mariners.
Yeah, it's rare you see Bailey come off with injuries like that from sort of 50-50 challenges. Obviously it's precautionary, but he also must be in a fair bit of pain because he usually just braves those out.
Bit of head tennis in the pitch by Pilkington. It's hit forward by Jones. And by Scaresbrick, who's had a very promising second half here. Last 5 minutes or so, Smith's pass is intercepted by Gomez though. Giglio turns. Forward ball. It's going to run all the way back to Jemana Mendes. That's the first thing the sub-goalkeeper's had to do this evening. Adam, as we approach the closing stages, a word from you on the man of the match this evening?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of options. I think had Mo Torre maybe got a goal, he'd have put himself in that conversation. Obviously, look at the 2 goal scorers. But out of the 2 goal scorers, I think I'll probably have to go for Sol Solomon. Created the most chances. Scarsbrook's done really well, to be fair. So we've got about well, and obviously continued to play throughout this whole game. Obviously, Solomon come off about 20 minutes to go. But yeah, Sol's just, you can tell he's a class above a lot of the players in this game.
Yeah, Scaresbrick on the ball now for Marine. He certainly caught my eye in the second half. Ball out wide to Barragan, who's going to keep it in on that far side. Ball forward by Doyle. Torre lays it off to Campbell. Aidan Campbell comes forward now, back to Torre, and the pass is behind him. Torre finds the back of the net with a very cheeky back heel. The pass back to him by Campbell was slightly behind him, but the forward adapted to the situation and fires Marine into a 3-0 lead here.
Well, almost the opposite of commentators' curse, that. Saying who gets a goal, he could have been in the conversation for man of the match. And there he goes and gets a goal. Really well taken, to be fair. I thought he might have let him down at first, but he, as you said, he adjusted well to finish. Lovely interplay between him and Hayden Campbell again. Unselfish, from Hayden Campbell squared it back across to him. Yeah, I think a deserved goal. To be fair to him, his finishing's not been great, but he's had the chances, so good for him to get 2 and 2.
Yeah, they've had that chemistry in this game, Campbell and Torre, without anything to show for it. They are able to work together and get that third for Marine this evening. Pilkington get things back underway and win themselves a throw in halfway inside the Marine half, and I think they'll make their final change of the evening. Whereas before that is Alex Doyle, who's won the ball back for Marine. And Barragan looking for Campbell, who's made a good run in behind, and Campbell could be in for a forfeit. Campbell taking on Kenny, comes inside, fires a shot, and it's a brilliant goal. It's an absolutely outstanding finish by Hayden Campbell. He's been brilliant in this game, and in the last 2 minutes he's got himself an assist and then an absolutely brilliant goal.
I mean, what a finish that is. It's cut in on the right, on the left hand side, onto his right foot, finished in off the post, on the far side. That's just premium from Hayden Campbell, absolutely premium.
That's his 11th for the season in all compositions, Hayden Campbell. His first start in a few games. Just getting back to fitness for injury. He's rewarded his manager with a brilliant finish, definitely the pick of the evening. as Pilkington will make their final change. I think that's Jordan Dainty, who's the man to come on for number 7, Nathan Moore. And the game's back underway. Pilkington and their passes gone out for Marine throwing. This is a bit of a hammer blow for Pilkington, who battled hard in this game. But as soon as that first goal went in, it's been Marine showing. They're coming forward here now with Gallagher. Out wide to Gomez. The pass is slightly behind the winger and it's all the way up for Marine throwing. We've seen in our last league game a 0-0 at half time and a 5-0 full time result. It could be a mirror image of that here if Marine to get another. The ball now at the feet of Lucas Weir. Out to Campbell. Campbell switch of play. It's headed out by Gomez, but only as far as Calamaris. Scaresbrick now evades 2 challenges. Scaresbrick still the ball at his feet. This pass back eventually goes to the feet of Sean Smith. Now Luke Clark forward for Marine. Scaresbrick. Alex Doyle has just 2 minutes of additional time will be played here. Forward ball by Pilkington. They come forward here and Clark had to be alert there to cut the pass out away from Dainty. Campbell. His pass to no one. It's picked up by Gomez and now Gilchrist. Gilchrist's ball in is going to be hoofed away by Clark. No messing about on that one. And beautifully brought down by Campbell, who's won his side of throwing. The final stages, this confirmation of the scoreline. Marine 4, Pilkington 0. Goals from Andy Scaresbrick, Sol Solomon, Mo Torre and Hayden Campbell with the pick of the bunch. Scaresbrick looking to open a 5th there, but defended well by Gary Kenny. Cleared forward to the feet of Sean Smith. And Smith just keeping hold of the ball at the last minute of the game. Barragan. Now Lucas Weir. Weir into Alex Doyle, who spectacularly goes around the player. Has to pull it back to substitute Ben Jones. His pass is cut out, but Torres there read the danger. Now Doyle. And that is the referee's full-time whistle. Marine 4, Pilkington 0. So Marine will advance to the 3rd round of the Liverpool Senior Cup. Goals from Scaresbrick, Solomon, Torre and Hayden Campbell. And after a goalless at the break, Marine are able to have a nice, relaxed and comfortable win this evening. And you can join us here at the Marine Travel Arena again in a few days' time, Saturday. So we take on Hyde United in a return to the league. So you can join us all then. And thank you for listening. And we'll see you then.